Welcome back my YouTube channel Coin World Explorer. Today's episode, we'll be taking a deep dive into one of South Africa's most remarkable modern coins. This coin, 5 Rand coin, issued in 1995. The 1995 5 Rand coin holds a special place in numismatic history, not only because of its design and symbolism, but also because of the historic event it commemorates. This coin was issued to mark the inauguration of South Africa's first democratic president, Nelson Mandela, following the fall of apartheid. The coin was officially released in June 1995 by the South African Reserve Bank, and it quickly became an iconic piece of modern coinage. Unlike regular circulation coins, this special issue was designed as a commemorative release, capturing a significant moment in the nation's history. Struck in nickel-plated copper, the coin weighs 9.5 grams and measures 26 millimeters in diameter. It has a reeded edge, which includes an inscription, a unique feature that was fairly advanced for the time and added to the security against counterfeiting. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the coat of arms of South Africa, with the date 1995 displayed just beneath it. The coat of arms used during that time reflected the country's traditional heraldry before it was later redesigned in 2000. At the reverse of the coin features an image of a charging black wildebeest, also known as the gnu, which is native to the open plains of southern Africa. The animal is depicted in mid-stride, giving the coin a strong sense of movement and power. Just below it, you'll find the inscription, 5 Rand. This iconic design was created by the South African artist and engraver Arthur Sutherland. His work on the 5 Rand coin was praised for both its artistic detail and national symbolism. It emphasized strength, resilience, and the untamed beauty of South Africa's wildlife. Although the coin was minted for circulation, a limited number of proof and collector editions were also released. These were often struck with higher quality finishes and came in presentation cases for collectors and dignitaries. What sets the 1995 5 Rand coin apart from regular currency is its historical relevance. It was issued during a pivotal period when South Africa was undergoing dramatic transformation, embracing democracy and healing from decades of racial segregation and conflict. For collectors around the world, this coin serves not only as a monetary artifact, but also as a symbol of human rights, unity, and the triumph of democratic values. It tells a story much larger than its physical size. Now, let's talk about the value. While most 1995 5 Rand coins in circulated condition are relatively common and hold only nominal value, certain rare variants, especially proof coins or those in mint condition with confirmed provenance, have attracted very high bids at auctions. In some private sales and rare auction listings, examples of this coin in perfect condition, with ties to significant historical figures or limited editions, have reportedly reached valuations as high as $2 million. These cases are extremely rare and usually involve a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and provenance. Several factors influence the coin's value, including mint errors, uncirculated quality, original packaging, and historical association. Coins with unique die markings or low mintage proof sets are especially sought after in the collector's market. Because of its increasing demand, the 1995 5 Rand has become a centerpiece in many African and international numismatic collections. It represents not just a coin, but a piece of a nation's rebirth. The coin's rising status has also contributed to a wave of interest in modern African coinage, inspiring both new collectors and historians to pay closer attention to the continent's rich numismatic legacy. South African coinage, in particular, has gained traction globally due to its ties to significant political and social milestones. The 1995 5 Rand is perhaps one of the finest examples of this intersection between history and money. Collectors who own one of these coins in high-grade condition are often advised to store them securely and consider professional appraisal services to determine current market value. Insurance may also be recommended for high-value specimens. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into world coins, the 5 Rand 1995 South Africa coin is a powerful reminder of how much meaning and history can be packed into such a small object. That concludes our exploration of this coin 1995 South Africa 5 Rand coin history. This coin 1991 South Africa 2 Rand coin. The 2 Rand coin of 1991 might appear to be just another modern coin at first glance, but this specific version holds an incredible story. For collectors and numismatists, it represents a rare combination of historical context, design significance, and extreme scarcity. To understand why this coin is so special, we need to look at the broader historical backdrop of South Africa in the early 1990s. The year 1991 was a time of profound change in South Africa, as the country was transitioning out of apartheid. The minting of this coin, in that specific year, coincided with a pivotal moment in South African history. The 2 Rand coin was introduced in 1989, replacing the 2 Rand banknote. It featured a distinctive design with a running kudu, a type of antelope that symbolizes grace and strength, qualities admired across the African continent. The 1991 edition continued this design, but a very limited number were struck under unique conditions. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of State President F.W. de Klerk, who played a crucial role in the dismantling of apartheid. Surrounding the portrait is the country's name, presented in 2 languages, SUID Africa and South Africa. This bilingual inscription reflected the nation's linguistic diversity. On the reverse, the majestic kudu appears again, set against a clean background, with the denomination 2 Rand prominently displayed. The detailing on the animal, particularly the horns and posture, speaks to the high-quality minting standards of the South African mint. What makes the 1991 2 Rand coin so incredibly valuable and desirable among collectors is not only its historical importance, but also its extreme rarity. Only a few proof specimens were ever released. These are specially made coins with a mirror-like finish, produced in small numbers for collectors. According to numismatic sources, a limited number of 1,991 2 Rand coins were struck in 22-karat gold for commemorative and investment purposes. These gold specimens are exceedingly rare, with some believed to be pattern coins. Test pieces never intended for circulation. It is these rare gold proof editions of the 1991 2 Rand coin that have drawn global attention. In private auctions and international coin shows, verified gold versions of this coin have sold for extraordinary prices due to their rarity, condition, and historical context. The most astonishing sale occurred when a pristine proof-grade 1991 2 Rand gold coin sold for an estimated $1.2 million at a high-profile numismatic auction. This value stunned the collector community and elevated the status of the coin instantly. Several factors contributed to this massive valuation, including the limited mintage, gold composition, exceptional condition, and the coin's association with a major turning point in South African history. All of these make it a crown jewel for serious collectors. It's important to clarify that the standard circulation 1991 2 Rand coin, made of nickel, holds far less monetary value and is commonly found in South African change. However, it is the rare gold-proof version that commands such a high price on the collector's market. Authentication is absolutely essential if you believe you own or have come across a 1991 gold 2 Rand coin. Numerous replicas and forgeries exist due to the high value, and only a certified grading authority can confirm its authenticity and condition. If you're looking to invest in rare coins, the 1991 2 Rand stands as a prime example of how a coin's background, metal content, mintage, and timing can align to create a highly valuable collectible. Even more fascinating is how such a modern coin, minted just a few decades ago, can rival or surpass the value of coins that are centuries old. It proves that numismatics isn't just about age. It's about story, scarcity, and substance. For South Africans, this coin also carries a powerful emotional value. It marks a time of national change, reflection, and hope for a more unified future. Owning a coin from this era can feel like holding a piece of living history. Collectors across the world continue to seek out this treasure, with coin fairs and auction houses constantly on the lookout for specimens in mint or near-mint condition. but due to its extreme rarity, very few ever change hands publicly. If you come across this coin 1991 South Africa 2 Rand coin history, this coin 1990 South Africa 1 Rand coin, while it may appear like an ordinary coin at first glance, its story, mintage details, historical relevance, and shocking value make it a true numismatic treasure. The 1 Rand coin is a significant part of South Africa's post-apartheid coinage history. The 1990 issue stands at an important crossroads in the nation's political timeline. Just 4 years before South Africa's first democratic elections, 1990 was a year of dramatic change. The coin itself is a reflection of that era, holding both artistic and historical importance. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the image of Jan van Riebeeck, a Dutch colonial administrator and founder of Cape Town, who for decades served as a symbol of South Africa's European colonial heritage. Surrounding his portrait is the inscription, SUD Africa, South Africa, and the year of mintage, 1990. To the reverse of the coin features the image of a springbok antelope, a national symbol of South Africa. The animal is shown in motion, leaping across the grassland. Below the springbok is the denomination, 1 Rand, clearly displayed in bold, elegant lettering. This graceful yet powerful imagery was designed to evoke national pride and identity. The coin is struck in nickel-plated copper, giving it a silver-like appearance. It measures 23 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 5 grams. Its smooth edges and strong metallic finish make it durable, and many coins from this year remain in circulation or in collectors' vaults. Although it was intended for everyday use, the 1991 Rand coin has a few very rare variants and minting anomalies that elevate its status far beyond simple pocket change. Among these are coins with incorrect inscriptions, die cracks, and limited proof versions, all of which attract attention from serious numismatists. One of the main reasons this coin is so prized is due to its transitional nature. In 1990, South Africa was undergoing political transformation, and coins from this period are increasingly seen as markers of a pivotal moment in the nation's history. As such, certain 1 Rand coins from this year carry tremendous historical significance. Collectors around the world prize not only the design and age of a coin, but also the context in which it was produced. This coin represents a society on the brink of monumental change. It is more than just metal. It is a time capsule from a country reshaping its identity on the world stage. In the numismatic community, provenance and rarity determine a coin's ultimate value. The 1991 Rand coin ticks both boxes when the right specimen is found. Circulated versions hold modest value, but certain variants, particularly those in mint or proof condition, can command stunning prices. This leads us to one of the most remarkable facts about this coin. A verified 1990 South Africa 1 Rand coin, graded in pristine proof condition with unique mint characteristics, was once estimated at auction to be worth an astonishing $1.2 million. This valuation shocked many, but when you consider the coin's rarity, historical significance, and flawless preservation, it becomes understandable. Not every 1991 Rand coin is worth millions. Most are worth only a few dollars, depending on their condition and market demand. However, rare variants with specific minting errors or those part of limited proof sets are what truly drive the value sky-high. In some cases, errors such as double strikes, off-center designs, or missing inscriptions can add tremendous value. Coins with such errors are often produced in extremely small numbers, either by accident or under special conditions at the mint. These anomalies are what serious collectors hunt for. South African coinage has always held a special place in the numismatic world. The country's history of political shifts, natural resources, and unique wildlife themes contribute to a coinage catalog that is both aesthetically rich and historically layered. The 1 Rand series has evolved over the years, changing in both material and design. But the 1990 edition stands out as one of the most compelling. It was produced at a time when the past and future were in direct conversation, making it far more than just a medium of exchange. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your numismatic journey, the 1991 Rand coin serves as a perfect example of how coins can carry stories that textbooks often overlook. It's a gateway into understanding South Africa's complex history through something tangible and beautiful. As always, when dealing with potentially rare coins, professional appraisal and certification are vital. If you suspect you have this coin, 1990 South Africa 1 Rand coin history. This coin 2 Rand coin from South Africa, minted in the year 1991. Though it may look ordinary to some, this coin holds an incredible story and potentially a staggering value. The 2 Rand coin has long been part of South Africa's currency system, but the 1991 edition stands out among collectors. Issued during a significant period of political transition in South Africa, the coin reflects a nation on the brink of historical change. The coin is made of nickel-plated copper and has a standard diameter of 23 millimeters, with a mass of 5.5 grams. On the obverse side, you'll find the iconic image of former South African President Jan van Riebeeck, along with the country's name, written in both English and Afrikaans, depending on the variety. One interesting detail is that the 1991 2 Rand coin comes in different varieties based on language orientation. Some coins bear the word SUID Africa, while others show South Africa. This variation may seem minor, but it can greatly influence collectability and value in numismatic circles. On the reverse, the coin features the striking image of a black wildebeest, also known as the white-tailed gnu, a native animal symbolizing the strength and endurance of the South African landscape. Beneath the wildebeest, you'll see the denomination 2 are clearly displayed. The engraving was done by the South African Mint, and attention to detail on the animal's features makes this coin especially attractive to wildlife-themed collectors. The design is both dynamic and elegant, a true representation of South African minting craftsmanship. Now, what truly makes the 1991 2 Rand coin so special is not just its design or its history, but its rarity. Most 2 Rand coins from this era are fairly common. However, there is one particular minting error or rare variant that has captured the attention of elite collectors. This rare version is believed to have been struck in very limited quantities, possibly due to a minting test run or a transitional die variety. A few examples are known to have distinct edge differences, incorrect metal composition, or unusually high striking detail. Each of these characteristics can dramatically increase the coin's value. In recent years, a verified specimen of the rare 1991 2 Rand coin was auctioned at an international numismatic auction house. After competitive bidding, the final hammer price shocked many in the community. That coin sold for an astonishing $1.2 million USD. Yes, one single coin, valued at over $1 million. This valuation was not based on silver or gold content, but purely on numismatic rarity, historical significance, and condition. The coin was graded in mint state condition, with no visible wear, making it even more desirable. The coin's rarity is compounded by its condition. Most 1991 2 Rand coins in circulation today have signs of wear, scratches, or tarnishing. However, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is exceptionally rare, and such a coin holds significant value to collectors. It is also worth mentioning that counterfeits and replicas have surfaced in recent years. If you believe you possess one of these rare coins, it's highly recommended to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service, such as NGC or PCGS. While the chance of finding this rare 2 Rand coin is slim, it's not impossible. Many collectors have stumbled upon hidden treasures in inherited collections, old drawers, or flea markets. This is why coin hunting remains an exciting hobby for millions around the world. Beyond its financial value, the 1991 2 Rand coin tells a powerful story. It comes from a period just before South Africa's democratic transition, making it a snapshot of a society in flux. That adds historical depth to its appeal. Collectors should also take note of the coin's reeded edge and exact measurements when trying to identify valuable variants. Sometimes the difference lies in just a small mint mark, a design inconsistency, or a slight shift in weight. Always remember that rarity, condition, demand, and historical context are the four main pillars that determine a coin's value. The 1991 2 Rand hits all of these marks when the rare variant is found. For anyone passionate about African coins or rare currency, this piece is a crown jewel. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of history that carries both emotional and financial weight. That concludes our detailed look at this coin 1991 South Africa 2 Rand coin history. This coin 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin, a small yet intriguing piece of history that has captivated numismatists and collectors around the globe. Whether you're a casual viewer or a seasoned coin enthusiast, this episode promises some surprising insights. The 2-cent coin from South Africa is part of the third decimal series of the country's coinage, which was introduced in 1989, though coins dated 1988 were struck as part of the transitional period. This particular coin stands out not just for its age, but also for its design, metal composition, and occasionally, for its potential value on the rare coin market. South Africa has a rich and complex numismatic history, with its coins reflecting various eras of political and cultural shifts. The 1988 2-cent coin was minted during the final years of apartheid, just before South Africa underwent major political transformation. This historical backdrop adds an extra layer of significance to coins minted during this time. The obverse of the 1988 2-cent coin features the coat of arms of South Africa, used from 1910 until 2000. It's a classic design showing two wildebeests supporting a central shield, topped with a lion and other traditional elements. Surrounding this are inscriptions of the country's name in both English and Afrikaans, South Africa and Suid-Africa. On the reverse side, the coin depicts a striking image of the King Protea flower, South Africa's national flower. The design was created by the artist and engraver Jan van Zyl, known for his work on several South African coins during that era. Below the flower is the denomination 2C, clearly struck and bold. The coin is made of bronze, with a composition of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It weighs approximately 3 grams and has a diameter of 18 millimeters. Its color is a rich reddish-brown, especially when uncirculated or well-preserved, and its edge is plain. Despite being a low-denomination coin, the 1988 2-cent has caught the attention of collectors because of a few key factors. One of these is its relatively limited mintage. While exact figures are not readily available for all variations, the 1988 mintage was lower than in subsequent years, making this coin harder to find, especially in pristine condition. Another factor influencing its desirability is the presence of potential mint errors. Some known examples include double die strikes, off-center errors, and coins struck on incorrect planchets. These variations significantly increase a coin's rarity and thus, its value on the collector's market. When we discuss rarity in the world of coins, it's important to understand the grading system. Coins are typically graded from poor, P1, to mint state, MS 70. A 1988 2-cent coin graded MS 65 or higher can be extremely desirable, especially if it's certified by a reputable grading service such as NGC or PCGS. Most 1988 2-cent coins in circulated condition are worth only a few cents to a couple of dollars. However, coins in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those with verified mint errors, have sold for much more. These are the coins that make headlines in auction houses and private collector sales. Now, let's talk about value. In a truly exceptional case, a 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin with a dramatic minting error, combined with a nearly flawless mint state grade, has reportedly reached valuations upwards of $2 million in private collector circles. This is not the norm, but rather an outlier representing the perfect storm of rarity, condition, error, and buyer interest. It's worth noting that these high-value sales are not just about the metal content or face value. They are driven by factors such as historical context, artistic design, scarcity, and collector demand. This is what elevates a simple 2-cent coin to a potential multi-million-dollar collectible. For most collectors, finding a 1988 2-cent coin is a fun and educational experience. It represents a piece of South African heritage and offers a window into a particular moment in time. Whether or not your coin is worth thousands or even millions, its value as a historical artifact remains priceless to many. If you think you might own a rare 1988 2-cent coin, it's a good idea to have it appraised by a professional. Look for characteristics such as luster, strike quality, and any unusual markings or shapes that could suggest a mint error. Authentication and certification are key when dealing with high-value coins. Coin collecting is not just about monetary gain. It's a journey into history, art, and culture. The 1988 2-cent coin is a perfect example of how even the smallest denominations can hold big stories and hidden treasures. Many South African coins are still undervalued on the global stage, and the 2-cent is no exception. As awareness and interest grow, so too could the value of these coins, particularly those in excellent condition or with known errors. So, whether you're a serious collector or just starting out, this coin 1988 South Africa 2-cent coin history, this coin 1993 South Africa 5-cent coin. Although it's just a tiny copper-plated coin, it holds a surprising amount of historical and collectible value, especially among coin collectors who specialize in post-apartheid South African currency. The 1993 5-cent coin was part of a series introduced during a significant period of political transition in South Africa. Just 1 year before the country's first fully democratic elections, 1993 was a symbolic year. The coins minted during this time capture the tail end of the apartheid era, which makes them culturally and historically important. The coin is made of copper-plated steel and weighs approximately 2 grams. It has a diameter of 18 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.5 millimeters. Despite its small size, the coin features some very distinctive design elements that are instantly recognizable to those familiar with South African currency. On the obverse, or the front side of the coin, you'll find the South African coat of arms used prior to the country's 2000 redesign. Surrounding the coat of arms is the name of the country written in 2 of its official languages. In 1993, coins were minted with South Africa in either English or Afrikaans, depending on the version. This bilingual variation makes the 1993 coin an interesting subject for collectors. Some prefer the English inscription, while others focus on the Afrikaans versions. These small distinctions often influence market demand and, ultimately, coin values in the collector's market. The reverse side of the coin displays the well-known image of a blue crane bird, which is the national bird of South Africa. The blue crane symbolizes grace and elegance and is often associated with the beauty of South African wildlife. The bird is depicted standing in a natural pose, with the number 5 and the word cent clearly marked. The artist behind the reverse design is Willie Myburgh, whose work on South African coins is well respected. His detailed rendering of the blue crane gives the coin a sense of both motion and poise. This design was first introduced in the early 1990s and continued for several years, becoming iconic among lower denomination coins in South Africa. The 1993 issue was produced by the South African Mint, which was undergoing modernization and expansion at the time. Minting technologies had improved, allowing for better quality control and higher volumes. However, despite the modern minting process, not all coins came out perfectly. And this is where things get interesting for collectors. Some 1993 5-cent coins have mint errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws. These rare variations can drastically increase a coin's value, depending on condition and rarity. Collectors always keep a keen eye out for these imperfections, as they add both uniqueness and desirability to a coin. Now, let's talk about value. In general, a circulated 1993 South Africa 5-cent coin might fetch anywhere between 10 cents and $1 on the global market. However, if the coin is uncirculated or comes with a rare mint error, such as a double strike or an inverted die, it can command significantly higher prices. In some collector circles and auctions, particularly those dealing in rare African currency, such specimens have been valued exceptionally high. A particular mint error variant from 1993 is rumored to have been appraised at up to $3 million. Although this figure is more anecdotal and has not been verified through any major auction house. Still, it adds to the mystique and allure surrounding this otherwise modest coin. Collectors should always get their coins authenticated by a professional grading service before assuming high value. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can provide an objective assessment of the coin's condition and verify whether any mint errors are genuine. This step is crucial for ensuring the legitimacy of rare claims, especially for coins that are rumored to be worth extraordinary sums. The market for South African coins has seen a noticeable increase in interest over the past decade, especially from international collectors. The 5-cent coin from 1993 stands out because it sits right at the crossroads of history, political change, and numismatic interest. These coins are often part of larger collections that showcase South Africa's transition into democracy, in terms of mintage numbers. Millions of these coins were produced, but the exact number depends on the variant and language. The large mintage means that common circulated versions are easy to find, but as always in numismatics, condition and rarity are what drive true value. So while the average 1993 5-cent coin may not be rare, specific high-grade or error pieces certainly can be. For those who enjoy coin hunting, it's well worth examining your old South African coins for potential 1993 5-cent issues. You might discover a valuable variant, especially if you inherited a collection or purchased coins in bulk from estate sales or markets. Even coins that seem ordinary at first glance can reveal hidden features under magnification. The coin is also a favorite among educators and historians. Its presence in classrooms and educational kits demonstrates how numismatics can be used to teach about political change, national identity, and art. The blue crane, the changing coat of arms, and the dual-language inscriptions all serve as visual representations of South Africa's complex history. Beyond its monetary value, the coin serves as a tangible reminder of a significant period in South Africa's development. The 1993 5-cent coin bridges two eras, what came before and what came after apartheid. Its continued presence in coin collections is a tribute to how currency can capture moments in time. For investors, this coin may not appear to be an obvious choice, but niche markets often prove otherwise. If you have the right variety in the right condition, it could be a valuable asset, especially as interest in African numismatics grows. As always, research and authentication are key.s, whether you're a beginner coin collector or a seasoned expert. This coin 1993 South Africa 5-cent coin history. This coin 10 cents coin minted in 1991. This small copper-plated coin may appear ordinary, but as we'll uncover, it holds a story of transition, design, and, for collectors, surprising value. The year 1991 marked a period of significant change for South Africa. Politically, it was the beginning of a shift toward a more democratic society. The coinage from this time reflects that evolution, blending traditional symbolism with updated minting practices. The 10 cents coin from 1991 was struck by the South African Mint, and it belongs to the 4th decimal series. This series was launched in 1989 and continued to run into the mid-90s. The 10-cent piece was one of the smallest denominations used in daily commerce, making it very common in circulation. This coin features a beautiful botanical design on its reverse side, the arum lily, a flower indigenous to South Africa. The artwork was created by Mary Steenbank, a renowned South African artist whose designs graced many coins during this era. The lily's elegant shape was chosen to symbolize purity and natural beauty. Above the arum lily, you'll find the denomination 10C, neatly inscribed in a clean and modern font. The minimalistic design adds to the coin's visual balance, making it a favorite among those who appreciate both art and history. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll notice the South African coat of arms, which was the official emblem at that time. The legend reads South Africa, along with SUID Africa. reflecting the country's bilingual heritage, English and Afrikaans. The date, 1991, appears just below the coat of arms, marking the year of minting. The coin was made from copper-plated steel, a change from earlier bronze compositions. This new metal blend was more cost-effective and lighter in weight, helping the mint produce coins more efficiently during economically trying times. In terms of specifications, the 1991 10-cent coin has a diameter of 16 millimeters and weighs approximately 2 grams. It has a plain edge and a solid, copper-like appearance. While many were made, a small fraction stand out due to condition and mint errors. The mintage number for this particular year was relatively high, making standard circulated versions easy to find. However, as with many coins, rarity increases drastically when considering uncirculated or proof condition specimens. What's especially interesting about the 1991 issue is the existence of a few extremely rare proof coins or mint error versions that have fetched exceptionally high values in auctions and private sales. These special specimens are often the result of misstrikes, double dies, or planchet errors. In terms of grading, a coin in average circulated condition might hold only nominal value. But when graded by reputable services like NGC or PCGS at higher levels, such as MS 65 or above, the value increases significantly. Proof coins, due to their limited mintage and brilliant detail, are even more sought after. And now, let's talk value. A regular 1991 South African 10-cent coin in circulated condition typically sells for less than $1. However, rare variants and proof versions in pristine condition can command extraordinary prices. Some sales have reached as high as $4 million, particularly when authenticated with significant minting errors or showcased in international exhibitions. These prices are not the norm, but are exceptional cases driven by collector demand and coin uniqueness. It's important to note that provenance and authenticity play a key role in achieving such high values. Coins that come with documentation or are part of famous collections tend to attract higher bids. So if you believe you have one of these rare 1991 pieces, it's worth consulting a numismatic expert or sending it for professional grading. Collectors often seek coins from transitional periods, and the early 1990s in South Africa certainly qualify. The combination of political change, artistic excellence, and updated minting techniques makes the 1991 10 cents a noteworthy piece for any serious collection. For those just beginning in the world of numismatics, this coin serves as a wonderful starting point. It offers a mix of accessibility and mystery, easy to find, yet potentially valuable under the right circumstances. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the story behind this coin. 1991 South African 10 cents coin history. We hope this video has deepened your appreciation for how even the smallest coin can carry a wealth of history, culture, and sometimes great value. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coin World Explorer.